So this is part 2 on the behalf of the so-called the Rapture deception lesson. This is part 2. And we'll go ahead and pick off on that. Let's get into St. Matthew, the 24th chapter, beginning with the 27th verse. So this is Matthew, the 24th chapter. Let's start with the 27th verse. That's verse 27, Matthew 24. All right, and it says, for as, Matthew 24:27, for as the lightning cometh out of the east and shineth even into the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So this is talking about on the verge of the return of Christ, Yahushua. Matthew 24:28, for whosoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. Right? Matthew 24:29. Now listen, people. Immediately after the tribulation. It said immediately after the tribulation. Now what do they tell you? What the Christian church tell you? They said that Christ would come back before the tribulation period. That's what the Christian church, that's what the Christian pastor teaches. That's what your society telling you in the Christian movement, that Christ going to come back before the tribulation. But right here in Matthew 24:29, it says immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened. See? So, Hamashiach Yahushua, who we know as Jesus Christ, he's coming back after the tribulation. He's not coming before no damn tribulation. See, so of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken. All right. And it says, verse 30 out of Matthew 24th chapter, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. Now notice it says all the tribes here, because this concerning Israel, man. The whole Bible for Israel, really. You know. So even if the rapture was real, you know, then that would only be for Israel. That would not be for all other nations. That would only be for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans or the elect. But we know rapture ain't in the Bible. But we're going to go on with the lesson. So the Son of Man in heaven shall return, right? Then all the tribes of the earth shall mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory, right? So this is talking about the second return of Christ. He's not going to make no damn third return. Because according to the Christian movement, they say that he died. No, he came. That was the first. He died. And then he going to return again. That'll be the second appearance. And then he'll turn again and take the rapture up, to rapture up certain individuals that have believed on him and kept his word and reign for 1,000 years with them, and then he'll come back again. That's no three appearances, man. It's only the first appearance of Christ, and he's coming back a second time, and that's it. All right, but anyway, we're going to keep on moving on. Matthew 24:31, because all this is happening after Israel have been tried. After Israel have made it through the tribulation. Okay, it says, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trump, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the end of the heaven and to the other. So he would gather us. And how would he gather us? He would gather us by what most people call UFOs. This is how he would gather his elect, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. There would be UFO activity. This is how Christ, who we know as Yahushua, would make his second return on the earth. UFO activity. All right? But he's not going to make no goddamn third return concerning the rapture doctrine. Matthew 24th chapter. Let's skip down to verse 36. Now, as you can see, during the second return of Christ. It's talking about that basically. In Matthew 24:36 says, but of that day and hour no man know, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. So Matthew 24:36, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. So if, according to Matthew 24:36, if no man know, then how can you be so damn certain that the rapture is September 23rd, 2017 this year? If no man know, according to Matthew 24:36, how can you be certain that it's a rapture to come September 23rd, 2017 this year, man? That's why I keep telling you cats, man, you're not reading the Bible, because if you were reading the Bible, it says that Matthew 24:36 says that no man know it, man, the day or the hour. So you can cancel that September 23rd. Perhaps it might be it won't be a rapture, because we're gonna go into the Bible and show you that it doesn't mention rapture. It mentions certain individuals being taken up, but that might take place. But the chances are that it's not, because no man know the day or hour, man. So what's really going on, brothers and sisters, concerning this rapture deception and left behind bullshit? These Jesuits, they want you to believe that the tribulation starts at a certain period. So you simply can't believe the time you are in is the tribulation period. Now, they want you to believe that it starts at a certain period. So you're going about this life not even knowing that you in the tribulation period now, but you looking forward to a certain time for it to pop off. That's the main thing why this was strategically plotted, man, and why this was thought over to keep you in that mindset. My brothers and sisters, man, you know what's really sad about this? That most of these black Christians, they don't know who they are. They don't even know they the Israelites. They not keeping any laws, statutes, and commandments. They breaking every commandment in the Bible. They worshiping holidays, following the so-called white man, you know, doing all this pagan shit. And what they find it hard to believe is that they say that bad things are not happening right now. So this can't possibly be tribulation period. Like, bad things are not happening right now. You know why they can't understand why they can't see really why bad things are not happening right now? Because they don't first and foremost know that they are Israelite. You have to wake up to your identity, your heritage, your nationality. When you wake up to who you are, you're going to really see how oppressed you're being as an Israelite in these last days and time. That's why Ecclesiastes 7:7 tells you that surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. Okay, so only oppression make a wise man mad. Only oppression makes a wise woman mad. You dumb as hell, you're not going to realize you've been oppressed. All right, according to Ecclesiastes 7:7. So in order to realize that you are oppressed and that you are being set up and you're a servant to this wicked ass system, is to understand that you're a wise man. Understand that you're a wise woman as an Israelite. But a lot of our people don't know the nationality, so they think that bad things are not happening right now, because they too damn dumb to understand how badly they're being oppressed. But they don't even understand that they're in tribulation period now. They think that these bad things will happen once the Antichrist come. These a bunch of dummies for believing that, because they thinking that this shit gonna pop off when the Antichrist come. But let me talk about the Antichrist a little bit. Let me go into that too. All right. So as we was talking about the rapture deception, there will be certain ones, supposedly, the rapture deception, how the Christian church believe, there would be supposedly the Christians that believe on Christ and submit to his order. They would be the ones that caught up to reign with him 1,000 years, while the other unbelievers are left behind to suffer with the Antichrist. That's what they believe. They believe that the ones who didn't believe in the gospel, they would be left behind. Antichrist would come and in the midst of these ones left behind and bring forth a 7-year tribulation period. But let me speak about this goddamn Antichrist, okay? The Christians say that the Antichrist is one man now. They say the Antichrist, first and foremost, they say the Antichrist is one man opposed to the government or opposed to the government structure. That's a damn lie, man. There are many Antichrists. They also believe that the Antichrist would be in the temple of Jerusalem. But let me tell you something. This was created by the goddamn Roman Catholic Church, man. Just think about it. Roman Catholic Church is behind all of this. If this satanic government, basically, this satanic government operating the earth, this satanic government that's operating the earth, who are they really? Who are they? Just stop and think, man. Who are they? The government is Antichrist itself, man. Not just one man. All right? That's what you got to understand. Your whole, in the governmental structure, all these damn crackers, these Edomites are Antichrists. That's working against the true children of this book, the Bible, the children of Israel. Okay? So, they wanted individuals to wait in the future for an Antichrist or to build a temple in Jerusalem. But this shit would never happen because that's not in the Bible. Alright? Also note this. These, or you could say, these Christians are looking for this particular Antichrist to come, and they'll never see him because he's not one man. I'm telling you, it's the Antichrist is just a governmental structure. I'm telling you what it is. So these Christians are looking for this Antichrist, this one man to come. Before, you know, they believe they can get right. But you got to understand this the Roman Catholic Church doings. The Antichrist is governmental structure, whether you believe it or not. And I'm going to show you a couple of scriptures in the Bible. There is a governmental structure that's under Satan, not one man. 1 John chapter 2 verse 18. Little children, it is the last time, and as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come, and even now are there many Antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time. So there are many Antichrists, like your damn governmental structure that's under Satan operating. Okay? Here's another one, 1 John 2 and 22. Who is a liar, but he that denied that Jesus, who we know as Yahushua, is the Christ, he is an Antichrist that denied the Father and the Son. So let's click into that, man, because I want to show y'all this. This is 1 John. We're in chapter 2. Watch this, man. Right? It says, man, 1 John 2 verse 21. I have not written it to you because you know not the truth, but because you know it, and that no lie is of the truth. Now 1 John 2 and 22. Who is a liar, but he that denied that Jesus is the Christ, he is the Antichrist. A lot of you Christians in the Christian church are doing this and don't even know it. When we tell you that Yahushua was a black man from the tribe of Judah, okay, you deny him, but you will run after that blonde hair, blue-eyed, red-skinned ass Jesus Christ, which is the second son of a pope, and you believe that to be the Messiah, when we telling you that the true Messiah, according to the scriptures, was a black man. So if you don't believe that right there, man, you're antichrist. If you don't even believe that, because you're against the true Messiah. So a lot of you Christians in the church are anti because you don't do nothing that Christ prescribed. You don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You don't keep the holy days. You don't keep dietary law. All right. Got all these damn woman preachers in the church. They don't even supposed to be preaching. Men shaving their beards. Women are wearing pants. Doing a lot of stuff. Not keeping the Sabbath day up in those damn churches on Sunday. Man, that's anti-Christ, man. Anti is against. Even in Christianity, you can see the word anti. Even in Christian, you can see the word anti. So who are the real anti-Christ? The damn governmental structure that's working for Satan and all them blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in the goddamn Christian church. You are a true anti-Christ. Don't even know it, man. So the anti-Christ is not one damn man that's coming on the earth. Antichrist have been here, This is 1 John 4 and 3. As you can see down here. And every spirit that confess not that Jesus Christ, Yahushua, is come in the flesh, he is not of God. Because that's for you immaculate conception believers. That's for you virgin birth believers. We know that Christ's father, biological father, his genetic father of the earth, we know his father was Joseph. We know that Joseph had sex with Mary, and Mary conceived and brought forth Christ. Christ is the seed of David. Christ comes from the seed of David. Letting you know that he are the descendant of David. He comes from the line of David. And did not Christ's father Joseph was a Jew that came from the line of David? So Joseph is Christ's biological father. But guess what? They tell you dumbass Christians that Christ was immaculately conceived, that this woman didn't go through the seed of a man, that she immaculately conceived this child. You believe that bullshit, you're antichrist off rip, man. So all y'all talking about this antichrist don't even know that y'all are listed in the category of the antichrist. That what it is to be a Christian is to be a goddamn antichrist. The work for the government is to be an antichrist. So the antichrist is already here. While they telling you that he's to come, they waiting on one man to come and exercise power on the earth. He's already here, man. Catholic Church got y'all sleep on that Catholic Kool-Aid. This is 1 John 4 and 3. And every spirit that confess not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is not of God. And this is the spirit of Antichrist. Because you don't believe that Christ was biologically conceived through the seed of a man. That's why I say every spirit that confess not that Jesus is come in the flesh. Because you agree with him coming through Mary, but then you will reject Joseph. That's Antichrist, man. Whereof you have heard that it should come, and even now already is in the world. 2 John 1 and 7. For many deceivers are entered into the world, who confess not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh. This is a deceiver of Antichrist. So that's you damn Christians that's believing on the immaculate deception doctrine. That's believing on the virgin birth doctrine. And don't want to accept Joseph as being Christ's biological father. That's you damn Christians in the governmental structure that's supporting Satan. That's the true Antichrist, not one man to come. Yeah, so blame these goddamn Jesuits. General Ignatius that came up with the Jesuit order and then went off and hired Francisco Ribera. And then these two men sat down to compose a 500-page commentary, basically on the what you would call the left behind doctrine, including the Antichrist. They came up with this bullshit, and the Roman Catholic Church developed this in the 1500s. Now, as I told you that in the first part, also Jesuit Ignatius and Francisco Ribera came up with 10 points concerning the Antichrist. The first is the Antichrist is one man on the earth. We already debunked that. Secondly, the Antichrist will be in the temple of Jerusalem, which is bullshit. All right. And thirdly, the Antichrist will abolish Christianity and make a new covenant with the Jews. Now, why would the Antichrist destroy Christianity when Christianity supports the pagan ways of the Roman Catholic Church? Why would he do that? Why would the Antichrist abolish Christianity when Christianity is anti? Christianity is anti-Christ. The Christian church is not the same church when Yahushua Hamashiach walked the earth, man. 2,500 years ago. All right. Modern churches today have prepared themselves for the New Age agenda. The Roman Catholic Church created a lifestyle so that these Christians would accept the spirit of the Antichrist through a worldwide false religion, which is Christianity, taking on the mark of the beast. Many people believe if that one man being the Antichrist revealed in the last days, that's when the mark of the beast would be instituted as a monetary option. But if there is no Antichrist, I can take whatever monetary option the government gives me. Why? Because the Antichrist hasn't come yet. The mark of the beast comes after the Antichrist. Supposedly. They state that they don't have to worry about it because of the rapture. People being floated up into heaven with God until Christ come back a third time. So you see the game being played right here, man. The fourth point concerning the Antichrist is that the Antichrist will call himself God. Now, this is a note, brothers and sisters. The Antichrist arrived on the earth and called himself God, right? Supposedly. Now, that's all bullshit too. Because this was made up in the year of 1585. Okay? Point 5 concerning the Antichrist. The Antichrist will not be revealed until 7 years before Yahushua returns. The Bible says no man knows the day or the hour. If the Antichrist is revealed, then basically you can just count 7 years and know exactly when Yahushua gonna return. Think about that, man. Right? That's crazy, man. But there's no 7-year tribulation period in the damn Bible nowhere. It's not located in the Bible. Then point 6 concerning the Antichrist, they say he will conquer the world. How can this happen? How can this happen without an army? Think about it now. How can this happen without an army? I'm just putting this out there, man. The Antichrist will conquer the world. Come on, man. What about the control of the UN and NATO? The Roman conquest setting up militaries, bases and churches. Okay? Sending in the Red Cross, which is the Jesuit order. To heart, causing earthquakes. You know? Thousands of Haitians killed. Then that incident. Vaccination, wars, genocidal killings. You know? What about that? But then the Antichrist will conquer the world. Who the true Antichrist? Who behind all this that I just named? You know? Point 7 is that the Christians or the church will be raptured up into heaven before the Antichrist appears. Man,